Welcome back, everybody, to Pro League here on MERS Monday, live at the Nexon Arena. My name is Valdez. Joining me today is Moonglade. We're about to jump into the second match of the night. It's going to be KT Rolster versus Samsung Galaxy Con. Could be a pretty cool one here, Moonglade.
It's looking to be pretty yummy, pretty delicious, Valdez. Like I say so myself. TY versus Soul to kick
Especially
things up.
with Zest in there.
Oh, man. Everything gets so much better with Zest.
Like, how far can I push this before
you can never stop,
I
Valdez.
explode?
No, you're fine, man. Let's have a look at Samsung. These guys are struggling. Not doing too bad so far this round, but they still got some work to do there.
I mean, in fact, I'd actually say that they're doing better than the other two rounds, just because all the other teams are around their level.
Yeah.
You know, even going 2-2 is pretty mid-range here because 6 teams are 2-2 right now.
Yeah, that is true.
And Jinner even dropped down to 2-3. So even though they've got a hard match ahead of them, every single indicator point matters for this round, just because of the fact that all the teams are very close.
Yeah, it is way too close to this point. It all matters so much. You have a look at life. The best Zerg in the world, my favorite human of all time. He's looking sick, man. He's coughing. Damn.
Uh-oh.
You got it.
If you'll notice, KT not wearing the face mask,
They don't care, dude.
SKT did. So, Life.
Oh, we're even seeing the Standpoint player cough, man.
Uh-oh.
Everyone's getting sick at this time of year because the seasons are changing. You know, everyone generally gets a little bit ill during that time. So it's the worst time for MERS to be spreading.
Yeah, it actually is. It's terrible timing. My cousin is here visiting from the U.S. He's forced to stay inside, not do as much as he would like to.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's dangerous outside,
No,
but if you want to
say.
be safe and not get MERS and like have a 30% chance of dying,
Yeah.
then it's better to, you know, wear a mask, not really go out so much. So.
Probably a good idea to stay inside. But unfortunately, we cannot do that, fellas. We have to go to the.
We have jobs to do.
We have to go to the studio, no matter what.
Yeah.
Rain, hail, or MERS, we will be here.
Exactly,
Starcraft.
and I don't mind that at all.
I didn't mind that either.
It's totally fine to come down here and do our jobs. Here's KT Rolster versus Samsung Galaxy Con. Going to start off with TY versus Solar, and then go into Zest versus Hurricane, Life versus Deer, and then Flash versus Reality to end game 4 there. TY versus Solar and Expedition Lost should be interesting. Solar right now is like 2-12 or something. TY we haven't seen in so long.
Yeah.
And he comes out on Expedition Lost.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is a very brave move from KT. Send out a Terran on this map.
Yeah.
Solar, yeah, he hasn't been playing good. And the thing is that Solar kind of has to win this. I mean, looking at the other matches, Zest and Life look like they should take it. It's pretty much in the bag for those 2 games. So it's going to really come down to Solar to get it to that 4th game, Reality versus Flash, where they can try and get it to the ace match.
Yep. KT in her losing streak in ace matches against Samsung. Didn't actually know that, but that's a pretty cool stat there.
Yeah.
Solar, Zest, and Flash trying to overcome their slump.
Fair call. I think the biggest slump of all would be Solar at this point.
Yeah.
The other 2, you know, they have some up and downs, but nothing critical at this point compared to what they had in the past.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you look at Zest, he's 11-11, which is kind of insane. He's played the most matches out of anyone, I think, at this point. It's 22 matches compared to someone like Hero, who's played 20. Another guy's up there at the top. Zest was in a prime position to do really well and even be on top just because of how many ace matches he played and how many games in general he was able to secure here for Pro League, but he's just not able to get the wins compared to the losses right now, just on a 50% win ratio right now for this season.
Yeah, it is kind of a bit of a shame there. A lot of those losses came from Creator, funnily enough, as well.
He's got like 3 or 4 in the Creator box.
Kind of surreal, actually. Like, he just loses his player, and now he's in another PvP against Hurricane, who is probably a little bit stronger than Creator usually.
Yeah, I would say, at least for this season, probably. I mean, Hurricane, interesting stats about him. He did really well in the SSL qualifiers, actually, for Season 2, I think. He actually defeated Hero in a best-of-3, which is a very hard feat to do. Yeah. By the way, guys, it's Samsung Galaxy's 15th anniversary. It's been a long time since this team was formed.
What is in those lunch bags? They got popcorn, they got vitamin C things in that big box. The little energy drinks they got.
They got a big baby bottle.
Big baby
with
bottle.
Smaller baby bottles inside.
Wow, I want that.
Baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop.
Is that what it is?
Do you know what that is?
No,
Moonblade?
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Put it in, mix it, and shake it. Mix it again. I don't know the words. It was something like that.
Is that an American thing?
Yeah, an American snack.
Oh.
It's shaped exactly like that, actually.
Oh,
Wouldn't be surprised if they somehow got that for Samsung's 15th anniversary.
Looks like they had like a big box of blueberry muffins or something as well. Oh, man, I could eat that right now.
You know what we got, Moonblade? We got a couple of drinks.
Yeah, we got a couple of drinks.
You got grapefruit juice. I got orange juice. Do you even like grapefruit juice?
It's all right. I'll drink it.
It's probably healthy.
If it's healthy.
My orange juice had all the pulp inside, so I think it's probably healthy.
Oh,
it's probably real.
I wish they gave me orange juice. I need that vitamin C.
Oh, I could have given that to you, actually.
That's kind of selfish, Valdez.
I didn't even know that.
No, you're fine, buddy.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, look at this. 4 for TY, 2 for Solar. 2 people have faith in this player that has been doing so poorly, you know, this year.
I don't see it. This doesn't make sense to me at all.
I love the kid, but I just don't see the magic in his eyes anymore.
He's like 2-12. He plays pretty much only online games. TY we haven't seen in a while, and of course this is Expedition Lost, kind of a Zerg favorite map. Terran has been having trouble on this map, which is why we don't really see it at all. Especially with that backdoor rocks. It's very hard to hold off, get a lot of bunkers up to defend, but TY is the master of holding off all ends. He's been so for a very long time.
Yeah,
and
right.
I think he's actually a great pick here against Solar on this map, funnily enough.
Yeah, we'll see what he's got planned on this kind of map as well. He defeated Yoda in his last Pro League match. He's had a couple of ups and downs. He hasn't been on a lose streak, though. You know, lost SOS before that, defeated Trap before that one as well. So he's had some success recently.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of the innovation of this round with, or rather this season, the way he played in last season. He went 7-0 in the first round of Pro League 2014. And he was super dominant, especially against Protoss when they were up on top. But anyway, enough about TY. Here's Solar, a guy who actually secured 2 votes from the casters here for the predictions, despite being 1-11.
Wow. Lost the last 2 games. Oh, he actually lost a lot more than that, but the most recent, like, lost to Su, lost to Gumiho. He actually did really well in Gfinity. He won Gfinity over Hydra in a ZVZ, but that was like a ZVZ fest. No ZVT whatsoever, which seems to be kind of a big problem for Solar right now.
And seeing the players that he hit, he was either facing like B team or Koreans or like Hydra. So, I mean, it's decent competition, but it's not Pro League competition, and you can really see the discrepancy here.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Valdez. It's kind of a whole new ball game over here in Korea when you get down to Pro League. It's that much more intense, and it is a best of 1 as well.
Yeah, for sure. About to jump into game number 1 here, guys, between TY and Solar. The map is Expedition Lost. Let's begin. Up here in the top right, in the red for KT Rolster, it is TY.
Down here in the bottom left, got the Samsung player Solar.
You were talking about the light in his eyes. It's gone.
It's dim, Valdez.
I didn't see any there. I was looking for it because you mentioned it. I didn't see it, Moonblade.
Oh, man. When you've lost this many games in a row, the lights go out. That's really
you don't have enough money to keep the electricity on, so the lights begin to dim.
Just really, really bad things to say. No, he's not like that.
Sorry, Solar fans.
I mean, he recently won an international tournament, so he is not doing bad at all. Like, he is still a great player. He just can't seem to find it in Pro League, where it's kind of a different sort of scenario, because you are up against a player who's studied you for, you know, a week. He knows exactly how, well, I guess it's not really a week. It's probably like 3 or 4 days they've had to practice for you.
You get the weekend.
You get the weekend of practice. They kind of dissect your play. And if you're someone like Solar, who is constantly playing in these online tournaments, playing in these international tournaments, getting so exposed, you can get pretty hard counted.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very, very true. And TY is a very smart player. Like I said before, he's the master of holding off all ends, especially Protoss ones, but anyone across the board, he's pretty good at it. And that's why I kind of like the pick for this map.
Yeah, and you see that extreme paranoia from Solar, you know, checking all around. those proxies. He was terrified of that.
Yeah.
I think maybe he was like, well, you know, Terran don't normally come on this map because it's not a great map for TVZ. So he must be trying to cheese me. Unfortunately, though.
He must be, right? He must be.
He just has to be because there's no other really thing he could do. But TY played into that fear and went for that CC first.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, beautiful mind game there.
Solar is eventually going to get the scout, that Overlord, once it goes over. But over back at his base, he just went for pool and eventually gas here and some more drones after that hatch. Man, Solar's touching his mouth a lot. He's got to be careful with the MERS around.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to touch your face, your eyes, nose, your lips, your mouth.
It's kind of hard there.
It's hard. And also, wash your hands a lot.
Yeah.
This doesn't really apply to most of the viewers because they're probably watching from outside Korea. But anyway, just to be safe.
To avoid sickness in general, you should always do that, guys.
Yes.
Well, CC first. Good opening from TY. Completely untouched. He's going to get up there. He's going to have a nice, normal, easy start. No player showing any signs of aggression or any sort of abnormal buildings.
Yeah. Look at this. It looks like he's going to save up here for Factory, getting that one gas out for now. Gets a good scout with the SCV-2. Sees the gas here. Gas timing. Still leaving one drone in the gas is Solar. Going to slowly build that up after getting his speed.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to just leave one extra one in there so you can just slowly get it up while you're droning up hard. And eventually you'll have 100 through down that layer. Looks like Lings won't get this SCV. And TY just going to go into reactor Hellions from this.
Yeah. Getting that Factory out pretty fast. Just getting a bunker up at the front to defend that CC and takes his second gas here. So we have the option of Banshees coming through here. Possibly looking to put on the harass after the CC first.
I like this build, actually. Appreciate that. Lings scouting the front. C2 Marines in that bunker knows for sure. Okay, he went for that fast Factory. Pretty, I guess, obvious as well there.
Yeah.
And
Pretty standard.
Starport. Actually, interesting place for that Starport as well, on the low ground there.
Yeah.
Probably a bit hard
seems like
to scout.
Yeah, exactly. He just wants to put it right there in the middle. He knows there's one Overseer over to the left side.
And you know what? This also leads me to believe that we are going to see a Medivac out of that instead of a Banshee anytime soon. Because you know, it's not. You would have made the tech lab on your racks instead. You know, you're simply going to throw it down there. There's enough space for a tech lab down there, but you'd probably just want to make a Medivac from that. There we go.
There we go.
Damn, I'm smart.
How do you know so much about this game, Moonglade?
It's all logic, Valors. That's all I'm saying, man. This is one of the best things about RTS games is that they're so logical. Just like
they make sense if you're looking at good players, at least. You know.
Yeah. Well, you can put everything together. It's like a puzzle. You can just dissect, and it all makes sense in the end. And it looks like it will be a mine drop. We are seeing a lot of Marines and mines.
Yeah, it could be that kind of. What do you call it? Like a mixed drop, basically. You can go for Widow Mines and some Marines and maybe go in the front with some Hellions, too.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Solar goes for Overlord speed. He's going to get a full scout of everything that TY's doing. Sees the position on the starport, sees no tech lab. He probably knows this drop is coming.
He knows for sure. But the next question is, can he stop it? He's got 3 Queens at the front, 4 Lings to help buffer these Hellions if they try and run by, but drop in the main base. Yeah. It's going to cause some problems here.
Lings coming back now.
Lings are in a good place, but Widow Mine's going down now.
Yeah, they're both going to get down. It's not really the best, though, but at the same time, the Hellions coming in here to the natural, losing so many drones and Solar. Uh-oh.
15, 16. Way too many drones going down. And he can actually pick them up from here going to the main base.
And that he will.
Yeah, it's going to get a lot uglier.
He may lose that medevac, but at this point, he's just doing unrecoverable damage.
This is actually disgusting damage. 2 Widow Mines about to reset as well, mind you.
Oh, man.
One's going to stay alive. But that is critical damage, fellas. 21 drones going down at this point in the game. You can almost not come back from that. It's simply too much.
It's going to be extremely hard. And it looks like TY may just go for a bit of a follow-up push here on 2 bases, adding his production, getting those upgrades up here. And Another scout coming through here for Solar, but not really going to help him out much. Very late lair here. He was committing to a lot of drones.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about the defense that just went down there, he essentially only had queens and lings.
Everything is so far behind at this point. I mean, even those upgrades are like miles behind where they should be, actually. Like, considering, yeah, he only just got his lair now. It's like 10-minute, essentially a 10-minute lair, a little bit later. And yeah, he's droning up that third base as well. It's about half saturated at this point. But we are going to see a pretty strong follow-up from TY. And it's going to be tanked, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, you don't really see this too often. TY loves to do stuff with tanks on certain maps. He may go for the back door, actually, and just try to abuse that.
Yeah.
Get some good tank positioning down there below the ice.
I think that's exactly what we're going to see. That's the sole reason why he made those tanks.
Yeah. TY always does this, especially on King Sejong Station. Kind of made it very popular going for tanks towards the back door, rocks, sniping out the gas, stuff like that. So wouldn't be surprised if he goes for something similar.
Yeah, going to get the rocks here and make that easy push into the main base. So very smart from TY. He's really thought about this strategy a lot.
Yeah. Oh, this is what he's going to do. He's going to set up right there and drop.
That is beautiful. He can actually whale away on the Evolution Saber, which is the carapace, mind you. That is insane.
This is a beautiful build. I am loving the way this is working out for TY. That gigantic hit on the Banelings.
That is insane, and that might even be it, man. It's going to be so hard to find damage. Tank's still getting good shots off on the Bane. Nothing left over.
Oh, my
Drops
God.
down here, gets rid of the carapace. The Tank's going to be useful for a lot longer.
This is disgusting, man.
Man, without that 1+ carapace, Lings are going to still be getting one shot by these tanks for another 5 minutes into the game until he actually starts that upgrade again.
Those tanks are just making beautiful work of this map. TY is actually using this build so smartly, and it's becoming very apparent why he came out on this map.
Yeah, he is playing this brilliantly. He's really thought out this strategy. And from here, I mean, Solar, he's holding on for now, but what can he actually do in this kind of situation without mutas?
Yeah, that's about. Look at all those Banelings. Finally, the speed finishes up, but he's already lost so much. TY is taking the most efficient trades I've ever seen.
This is insane, man. The tanks, one tank, the closest tank's on 22 kills. The other's on 8, and the other's on 5. So these guys are just being so cost efficient right now.
Yep. No more Banelings for you, Solar.
It's insane. I'm loving this style.
Yeah.
I'm becoming a big fan of TY.
Yeah. This is what he was known for. He used to be so dominant, in last season of Pro League, and finally they're beginning to play him a bit more and looking to get his second Pro League win in a while here.
Yay. He's really found his focus again, and now a really ugly engagement once again from Solar, sitting under the tanks, and he might even just give up at this point because he is 50 supply down. He threw away a lot of units to push him back, and the parade just keeps on coming.
He's going to lose his third base here, nothing to defend at all. Whatever little he has, he's going to try to bring it over here, but then his main base is left alone.
Down it goes, and the drop once again into that main. 5 tanks covering that ramp.
34 kills on the tank, 36. Doesn't get much better. Solar, bit of a pouty lip sticking out. It's about all he can do at this point. GG. Sick build there from TY.
Sick build, man. And, that Hellion run by made it all possible, losing 22 drones that early on. Gave him so much momentum, so much of an easy transition to that drop. Really smart play, and really played into the style of Solar, which is a greedy 3 base. If you're attacking that late, your meters are going to be that late, then you can get away with tank drops in this kind of style.
And TY is still a great player. Showing it today, he had a very nicely prepared build, and he made it work against a guy who is now 1-12. 1-12.
1-12. Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, TY able to get the first win here for KT. Solar still not finding luck for Samsung. It's a bit upsetting now for himself.
Bit of a devastating loss, man. He's on such a bad streak right now that I'm sure it's eating away at him. Really wants to find that momentum back.
It's just like time and time again, he comes out in Pro League and tries to get wins, but he hits very strong opponents. You know, even TY, like, very strong player, not really the most successful in this season of Pro League, but still able to make it work with a very nicely prepared build there. And gets that first win, of course. We're going to jump into Zest versus Hurricane, a PvP for Game 2. Definitely want to stick around for that one. Should be a bit of an exciting one.
Yeah, it should be actually a pretty close one as well. I mean, Zest has not been having much success at all in PvP. Even losing to Creator. Like, it kind of seems that he mainly loses to Creator in PvP there.
Yeah.
He can do well against other players, but Creator just has his number.
Creator's the only guy, basically. It was kind of like Shine versus Sulky of last season, where Sulky was something like 0-9, something totally outrageous against Shine. But he was like a super strong ZVZ player outside of that one matchup versus Shine.
Yeah, that's right.